Wow, there is a lot going on this week. We have 4 parts. Looks like they had to re-upload part 2 or something. Anyway, part 1. Excited to announce new hero roaming warrior Leo. The side story Rengar's Chaotic Full Moon Festival has arrived in addition to Arena Season 3. Okay. So, roaming warrior Leo. So what does he do? So, attacks with a slingshot with a 35% chance to decrease attack for 2 turns. Damage dealt is increased when the enemy is debuffed. Skill 2 is fires a shock bomb at the enemy with an 80% chance to increase skill cooldown by 1 turn. That can go up to 100. And then attacks all enemies with Raku with a 75% chance to plant a bomb for 2 turns. Whatever that means. They mentioned that up here. Let's see. Dark Elemental Ranger who's capable of planting a bomb on his enemies. Inflicting the bomb debuff. Bomb is a powerful debuff that can inflict huge damage while also stunning the target at the end of the debuff duration. Okay. So after 2 turns, I guess the bomb, it's supposed to be like the bomb explodes and you take damage and get stunned. That's interesting. Yufine drop rate up. So we're getting a Yufine banner, I guess. That'll probably make a lot of people happy, especially with her upcoming buffs. So here's this side story. When Basar commissions Yuna to make machinery for use in Severa's Full Moon Festival, she decides to search for selenite to decorate the machinery with. Okay, so it looks like Yuna, Corinne, Zerato, and Tenebria. I'll get bonus stats. That'll be nice for me. I already farm everything with Tenebria. Consists of 3 chapters, with a new chapter being released each week. Players must clear the previous one in order to do the next one. Okay. Chaotic after party. Oh, so a bunch of people also get 30% increase with Judith, Azalea, Rickers, Captain Rickers, Hazel, Mascot Hazel, Adley, Carrot, Auxiliary Lots, and Fighter Maya. So a bunch of 3 stars with 2 4 stars. Okay. So here's our event currency, the selenite. And the usual difficulty stuff. At normal difficulty and above, players have a chance to obtain Epic Catalyst Nightmare Mask. That's nice. Players have the opportunity to receive the 3-star hero Kickarat. After clearing a certain stage in Chapter 1, players may proceed to a higher difficulty. Blah, the usual stuff. No catalyst or event currencies can be obtained in this stage. He has drop rate ups for the different difficulties. It's kind of like the challenge battle or something. Cannot be used to enhance or promote other heroes. Can only be used to enhance and promote other Kickarats. Will not provide silver transmit stones. So lock stages require the player to clear a certain reputation before they proceed. Yep. Limited daily stage. Chapter 1, D1 Bizarre Woods is a stage that has a restriction on the number of entries allowed per day. Players can receive an increased amount of event currency here and can only enter 5 times per day. The restriction is reset to your daily server time. Oh, that's interesting. So if you're trying to farm your event currency, you want to be like doing this stage each day. Chapter 1, stages 1 through 7. There are 3 missions per stage to be cleared. So you can get sky stones from the stage missions, like usual stuff. And then our region rewards, the usual stuff. Quest rewards. Anything crazy in here? We have 4-star artifact, Midnight Bloom. Whatever that is. And clear all, get a Molagora Go. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. And all these reputation bonuses. We got penguins and leaves and sky stones and runes and blah blah blah. We get a hazel. They're giving out a hazel for this. And here's a kicker rat. Some twisted fangs and ultra fangs and stuff. Exclusive equipment for Yuna. So I guess they're giving Yuna an exclusive equipment that's being given out for this event. That's interesting. Exclusive equipment Yuna. Players can receive exclusive equipment for Yuna with max main stat by taking part in Rengar's Chaotic Full Moon Festival. After completing the necessary reputation, players can earn a total of 3 exclusive equipment for Yuna, 1 for each week, each with which enhances a different skill. The exclusive equipment for Yuna will be placed into the Hall of Trials exchange following the end of the side story, and obtainable in the same manner as other exclusive equipment. So first one is Small Drone Tuna, which gives her 10 speed. That's nice. So does it have one of these effects to it? Increases by 1% per target when using homing laser. Has 30% chance each to grant allies increased attack greater for 2 turns when using upgrade. Damage dealt increased by 30% when using immediate cannon. Interesting. And here's the exchange. Rengar's Forbidden Text. What the heck is this? 5-star artifact, Otherworld Machinery. Isn't that an artifact that's like been in the game but we haven't had? I might be confusing it for something else. But anyways, so we got Blazing Soul, Ultra Fang, Twisted Fang, Malagor Seeds, the usual rest of the stuff. In week 2 for Moon Coins, there's a Rengar's Forbidden Text, the artifacts. Looks like the same catalysts and stuff. In week 3, again, the same catalysts, the artifacts. So we're getting different runes each week. Okay, Rengar's Forbidden Text. Increases devotion skill grade of Yuna when used as enhancement ingredient. Oh, okay, that's what that is. That's nice. Otherworld Machinery. Yeah, I think this was the one. Event artifact grants no powder of knowledge, so increases damage of attacks that target all enemies by up to 16%. Ranger exclusive. So that'll be nice for like, you can run that on a Belina. Of course you can run that on Yuna. And this is Midnight Bloom, which is a 4-star, no class restriction it looks like. Increases crit chance of all allies by 16%. Oh my gosh. That is a very, very interesting artifact. Very, very interesting. And no class restrictions. You can put this on anyone. Unit Special Exchange. If a player has completed the connection requirements and received 5-star hero Yuna, but used her as material for enhancement, transmission, or promotion, they may, for one time only, exchange Selenite to receive Yuna. I don't even have Yuna, so this doesn't apply to me. However, if you currently have Yuna, or have not completed her connection, she will not appear in the exchange. Yeah. I don't know, maybe with all these catalysts they're giving out, maybe I will get her. Since the catalysts are the reason I have not gotten her. So there's a pack, I don't care. Arena Season 3. Don't miss out on new information surrounding the monolith. So, Arena Season 3. Following server reset time. We will inform our players about the end date in a separate notice. Okay. Arena Season 2 reward distribution. At the start of Season 3, unused glory crests will be converted to conquest points at a 5-to-1 exchange rate. Conquest points will be delivered to your in-game mailbox, which will expire after 30 days. Players begin Arena Season 3, they will automatically be given an exclusive Season 2 frame that is based on their Season 2 ranking. Season 2 Hall of Fame will be revealed. Season ranking progress. Players receive a ranking during Arena Season 3. Every week, players will be able to earn glory crests and season points. Season 3. After Arena Season 3 has concluded, players will be able to obtain an exclusive Season 3 frame based on their ranking. And then glory crests per rankings. Each week, players in the top 1 to 100 of the ranking will receive season points, which will determine their season ranking at the end of Arena Season 3. And at the start of the new Arena Season, players will receive an exclusive frame according to their Arena Season 3 ranking. Okay, that's nice. Don't care. Here's your exclusive frames. Ooh, this one looks nice. I like that. Anyway. The Arena Story Instability Within will be released. Story will start automatically upon entering the arena. Okay. Arena Season 3 item list. So here's our gear for Season 3. Added to the conquest points. Certain items may be resold. The price may change after the season has completed. So it looks like we get a speed set this time. That's nice. So we get a speed set helm with health, defense, speed, and effect resistance. That's very defensive. Speed armor, health speed with crit chance and effect resistance. Speed health amulet with speed, crit chance, effect resistance, effectiveness. Speed weapon has health, attack, speed, and effect resistance. It's all very defensive in general. Speed attack boots has crit chance and crit damage. Interesting. Speed sub. Everything has a speed sub. Speed set with speed subs. Right, this one, wow. They were editing this image together. They still had this selected when they took their screenshot or something. It's got like a bounding box around it, or a selection box, something, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so they have an effectiveness ring. That's interesting. I don't think I would run an effectiveness ring on anyone. But there you go. Like maybe put this on a Dizzy. So here's their costs. Here's a wise frame that you can buy. Type and value of substats for each equipment affects the time of initial purchase. However, they randomly increase when enhanced. Cost for Season 2 equipment has changed. Players who have already purchased the items cannot purchase them again. So the Season 2 equipment is sticking around and is having its cost changed. Here are an artifact balance adjustments. Oh boy. Here's the big stuff. Silverblade Aramintha. So they're finally implementing these buff changes. So these are the finalized buffs and nerfs that they're doing. So effective flame release is going from 30% to 20% combat readiness. On that, meteor fall applies 2 burn effects instead of 3. 1 turn longer cooldown. Sage Ball, he dispels 1 buff. Increases combat readiness by 15% down to 10%. Oh, that's higher with his. Yeah, he gets 10% more from his skill enhances, so it goes up to 20%. I am incredibly disappointed by these nerfs to Sage Ball. I don't feel like they're nearly enough. Like taking a 5% off of his combat readiness increase, going from 25% to 20% is like nothing. I feel like he's still going to do exactly what he was doing before. And here's Arbiter Vildred, where they just removed the increased attack for 2 turns, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see if people decide to just run Alexa's Basket on Arbiter Vildred and just take that 40% chance to win. Or if everyone just sticks with Moonlight Dreamblade. Okay, part 2. Assuming the Alexis basket is still going to be what they said it was going to be before. So here's Crimson Armin. So yeah, they're taking. So this is going from 20% to 10%. So they're taking 10% off the base and they're lowering the skill enhancement by half, it looks like. So it granted 10 before, so now it'll only get 5. So she goes up to 15%. Yep. Then her skill 3 only grants immunity for 2 turns instead of 3 turns. So Lilibet. Oh, there's some extra text on the top of these. So Lilibet, her Snip Snip does 50% more damage. Increases caster's combat readiness by 50%. The Soul Cutter grants the caster skill modifier, negating damage received from the next attack, and does 11% more damage. So Lilibet's getting a bunch of damage buffs and stuff that's going to make her much better. Lidica skill 2 now dispels 1 buff. Skill 3 makes unhealable, so Lidica's getting buffed. Basar. So this is his skill 1, I believe, now has inflicts a random debuff for 2 turns. That's interesting. So it says when the caster is debuffed, has a 50% chance to transfer 1 debuff from the caster to the enemy before inflicting a random debuff for 2 turns. So does the inflicting a random debuff rely on you getting this first part? Like, do you have to be debuffed and get the 50% chance to transfer in order to do the random debuff? Or do you just always have the random debuff chance? Don't know. I think if you just always, or is it just like maybe he has a 50% chance to inflict a random debuff at all times? I don't know. I think they need to word that more clearly to make it absolutely clear to everyone exactly how that works. So the effect of Hurricane has changed. Soulburn has been removed. So it decreases attack now. And they're removing the Soulburn here to put a Soulburn here. Wait. That doesn't. It says they're removing a Soulburn here and adding a Soulburn here, but they have a Soulburn listed here and nothing down here. I'm confused. Let's go look at Basar real quick. Come on. There you are. So he has a Soulburn on his skill 2. Skill cooldown is decreased by 2 turns. That's what his current Soulburn is. So I don't know why they say they're adding a Soulburn to his skill 3. It looks like they're just changing the Soulburn on his skill 2 from decreased cooldown to ignore effect resistance. So I guess that clears that up. Unless they meant to put the ignore effect resistance on his 3. Well, that could be a possibility. Either way, they messed something up here. So Yufine, effect of Dragon's Roar has been changed. Damage is increased 50% compared to before, and cooldown has been decreased by 1 turn. Now, 40% chance of silence for 1 turn is now 75% chance of silence for 1 turn with an extra 10% in skill enhanced. Under skill 3, now dispels all buffs and stuns for 1 turn, which I think just changed the order of its effects. I think before it would stun and then dispel all buffs. So now it strips and then stuns. So you can go through immunity. Aramintha. Damage for Catalyst is increased 14%. I don't think there's any other changes for this. Effect for Fire Pillar has been changed. Which, then they add like a stun chance to this. So attacks all enemies with Massive Fire Pillar, 80% chance to burn for 2 turns, and a 30% chance to stun for 1 turn. Before increasing caster's combat readiness. Now she gets plus 20% effect resistance in here. Does that also apply to the stun as well as the burn? That's my question. Armin. So 85% chance to decrease hit chance for 2 turns. So they're upping this by 50%. And there's 15 here, so this goes up to 100% chance to decrease hit chance for 2 turns. And increases defense of the caster for 2 turns. So that'll make regular Armin quite a bit better. Then Shield Wall, which now has this bit, decreases damage suffered by all allies by 10% when skill is under cooldown. Otili, if that's how you say her name. So they're buffing her damage reduction from AoE attacks from 15 to 25%, which is interesting. Then Mana Release now has a silence, I guess. Gunther now has crit resistance. Effective Tenacious Strike is changed and damage increased by 29% when compared to before, and decreases defense for 2 turns instead of inflicting bleeding, I guess. Or damage dealt increases against bleeding enemies has been swapped out for decreased defense. Yuna. So now increases combat readiness of all allies except for the caster by 2%. Damage dealt increases proportion of the caster's speed. So that'll be big. Cooldown and upgrade is lowered and grants 2 focus. And her skill 3 always activates a critical hit. So you're going to be able to... You don't even have to build crit chance on Yuna to make her good. So that'll be interesting. I kind of like that they did that. You know, it can really change up how you build a character. I like it when they do things like that. It completely change how you would normally build a character. Assassin Koli. Effective ambush has changed. His damage increased by 12% compared to before. Damage dealt when using the skill ambush, while stealth is increased by 9% compared to before. And it also grants caster increased speed for 1 turn. After doing it, that's her skill 1, and murder has decreased cooldown by 1 turn. Okay. So some buffs. That's going to make Assassin Koli much better in prolonged fights, which is interesting. So, was that part 2? I don't even remember which part I was on. Let's go to 3. Okay, so we have buffs for Purgus. Effect for Falling Strike has changed. Now his damage dealt proportional to caster's max health. Get lost, 15% chance to stun for 1 turn. That's his counterattack. And Final Blow, 50% chance to stun for 1 turn, and increase effect chance by 100% when they have less than 30% health. So if they're low on health, it's a guaranteed stun, I guess. And damage dealt is proportional to the caster's max health. So that's going to make Purgus quite a bit better. Crozet, lowering the cooldown on his passive shield thing, which means this is going to be activating a lot more often. And Breakthrough, I think this is his skill 3. Attacks with Swordstorm now has a 75% chance to provoke. And the combat readiness looks like it got increased by 15%. Kitty Clarissa. The effect of I'm so cute, meow, has been changed. Now grants an extra turn. I'm sure that's going to be huge for Kitty Clarissa users. Acades. So this is her skill 2. Covers allies' health against invincibility for 1 turn. When used on an ally, except for the caster, decreases target skill cooldown for 1 turn. That's a nice effect that they're adding to that. Kikaret, they're making a change to Kikaret now that they're re-releasing him. Attacks with the Gatling gun with a 65% chance to spell 1 buff, so they up the chance on his buff dispel. And then this skill is increases defense of the caster by from 3% to now 7% after attacking. Stacks up to 5 times. So before he'd gained 15%, well, at base without skill enhancements, and now it goes up to 35%. That's quite the increase. Then cleaning mode has 1 turn less cooldown, it looks like. Okay, artifacts have been changed. Justice for All now grants the caster a random buff for 2 turns instead of 1 turn. Violet Talisman was changed so that it stacks up a lot quicker now. Noble Oath is twice as strong. Alexa's Basket, 40% chance used to grant increased attack greater and critical chance to the caster for 1 turn at the start of the turn. I feel like they're over buffing Alexa's Basket. I feel like this is going to be the new big thing that everyone complains about. So having a 40% chance to just gain increased attack greater at the start of your turn is kind of ridiculous. That's practically a 40% chance to just instantly win, depending on who this is on. I don't think they should have done at the start of the turn and increased attack greater. They should have done one or the other, but not both. That's too much. Increased mage stats. So they're upping the base speed for a bunch of mages, including my Tenebria, plus 6 speed. I don't think I personally care about the rest of these characters. Okay, what's in part 4? Moonlight Hero Recall, the stupidest thing they've done in the history of this game. Well, actually, no, the recall is fine. The thing I don't like is the exchange. So players will be able to recall certain Moonlight Heroes after their stats have been reduced. After they've been nerfed. Why would you say stats have been reduced? I don't think any of their stats have been reduced. Their skills have been nerfed, but I don't think their stats have been touched. So, level 50 or higher, Arbiter Veldred, Sage Balance is on, Silverblade, Aramintha, and Crimson Armament. So you can recall them, and you get all your stuff back. I'm completely fine with recalling. This is what I don't agree with. A hero selector. This is the stupidest thing you could possibly do in a game like this. Allow people to exchange their heroes for another one of their choosing. This is the absolute dumbest thing you could possibly do. And it's probably about to completely ruin the game, because now everyone's going to have Ruel, or like Judge Kisei, whatever. Everyone's going to have the same Moonlight Heroes now, and you're going to see a ton more Ruels and Judge Kiseis maybe. I don't actually not Judge Kiseis, but like Ruels and like MLKens on defense teams. They're going to be everywhere, absolutely everywhere, and it's going to be ridiculous. Then one more confirmation screen appears, blah, blah, blah. So you get penguins that can't be used for transmission and blah, blah, blah. The usual stuff. You get penguins and phantasmas back that you can't just like sell or anything. Runes and catalysts will be issued according to the amount used for awakening. Molagora Go, Catalyst and Gold will be reissued. Memory Imprint, duplicate heroes used for Memory Imprint will be reimbursed as Unknown Slate and Meteor Shard. You know, this actually has me thinking. Nah. I was going to say, maybe I'll consider recalling my Crimson Armament just to get Meteor Shards. Then I'll level her back up. Use the meteor shards on someone else, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I want her to have her imprints. So improved monthly check-in rewards. So this is exciting. Adjustments have been made to the monthly check-in rewards. The new check-in rewards will be applied after the maintenance on 9.5. Players who haven't obtained all the previous monthly check-in rewards will receive both the previous and new rewards. After players receive all the previous check-in rewards for 28 days, the rewards will not appear anymore, and players will be able to receive rewards in the current monthly check-in event until the 5th of December 2019. Does that mean they're going to occasionally be changing this in the future? So the new monthly check-in rewards are way better than before. We're getting way more gold, more leaves. We're getting all these charms, getting all these bookmarks. I think these are penguin packs. We're getting 2 Molagoras instead of Molagora seeds, so you don't have to grow them. Slightly more sky stones. They're giving out a Terra Phantasma instead of like 2 megas, so that's way better. Free Terra Phantasma every month. There's tickets here for heroes and artifacts. And instead of giving out like 6 gold transmit stones over the course of the month, you instead just get 5 galaxy bookmarks at the end of the month. So you're still getting that Moonlight Summon per month. It's just you're going to have to wait to the end of the month to get it. So yeah. I think I'm currently like only halfway through my current monthly check-in event, so I'm going to get like a whole half month of extra rewards. Anyways, UI improvements. Stage entry screen will be changed to a full screen so that players can view more information. Additionally, a feature that will allow players to change their team name has been added. Oh, that's nice. This seems like it would be nice, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of wasted space here. Does this need to take up the whole screen? I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, improvements have been made. The stage entry screen has been divided into choose difficulty, select support. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Select supporters right here. And select team to ensure that players can view more information. Interesting. Player will first be required to choose a difficulty for stages that have different difficulties. The screen will not display for stages that have no difficulties. Select supporter. What I'd really like them to do is add more info for supports. Like, I think it'd be cool if you could like see their CP and stuff like that. See more information about them. Maybe see what artifact they have equipped. Especially seeing their CP, because then you'd be able to tell if like someone just has like an ungeared support in their list, and you'd know not to pick them. And knowing their artifact could also really help. Anyways, a player will proceed to the next stage after selecting a supporter. The selected difficulty for a particular region is shown in the left, which makes it easier to move to the previous stage. So I guess once you select your difficulty, that shifts over and it expands the select supporter segment. And then you go on to select team afterwards, which looks mostly the same. They just moved these over here instead of being like down here. Players will then select their team. Players can view information on previous selections such as memory imprint, combat power, buffs, etc. When entering, if a player touches a certain option, they can be directed back to the selection screen for that option. Okay. What is this up here? This little icon. Players can change the hero in a team directly from the combat ready screen. Okay. And change team name. Players will be able to change their team name when they click on the team name to change the icon for the team formation menu or combat ready screen. Oh, so that's what that button was. That's how you edit your team name. Okay. So that's nice. Equipment stat improvements. Certain stats for equipment have been increased, which is, the attack, defense, and health. Flat attack, defense, and health. So flat stats for the following stats will be increased, not the percent stat. The higher the equipment level, the greater the increase in equipment stats will be. So this is a big change that is really going to affect a lot of stats on characters. Because all flat stat increases are being improved by a significant amount. Main stats and substats. So as you can see here, that includes the main stats on like your weapon, and your helmet, and your armor. So everyone's getting more stats. The stats increase rate will be applied in batched per enhancement level. That's probably supposed to say batches, but okay. Other and adjustments. Issue that causes damage increase from skill enhanced not be reflected when Apocalypse Ravi uses Soul Burn has been fixed. Okay, this was something I was going to mention because I just got Apocalypse Ravi, and so I've been leveling her and using her, and I noticed that her Soul Burn barely did anything, and apparently that was a bug. At least they're claiming it was a bug, and they're gonna fix that, so that's nice. An issue where damage increased from skill enhance for Seaside Bell in the skill You're Not Cute wasn't as high as the number listed in the skill enhance for the skill Align with Friends has been fixed. Okay. An intermittent issue that caused Seaside Bell in the skill You're Not Cute not to deal damage to stealth enemies have been fixed. I think I had this happen to me once. I was really confused. Adjustments have been made so that Furious's auto battle AI starts with morale boost. Okay. Adjustments have been made to the color Furious's skill icon so that it matches ice elements. Even though he applies burns and you kind of associate that with fire anyways, adjustments have been made so that only an enemy being targeted by the skill will appear during the skill animation. Okay. An issue that caused Soul's oh god, this again, Soul's Volcanic Viper once again to trigger once every turn when it's triggered by an enemy's non-attack skill has been fixed. Issue that caused Cigarette to attack targets that are not the boss when using auto battle has been fixed. An issue that caused Captain Rickers' skill Supreme Spear to cause the stun before dispelling a buff has been fixed. Issue that caused the effects of Vivian's skill Magic Overcharge to be truncated has been fixed. Improvements have been made to the effects for Violet's skill Butterfly Cut, whatever that means. An issue that caused the effects for Silk skill Automatic Fire not to be displayed has been fixed. An issue that caused the Lotus effect not to disappear when a player uses Guardian skill on Lulika's turn has been fixed. Yuna has been changed to an event hero, so cannot be deleted by enhancements or hero transmission. Alright. Can we make Mercedes not an event hero so I can imprint her into Celestial Mercedes? That'd be nice. Artifact, an issue that caused the text Moonlight Dreamblade to be displayed twice at the start of battle has been fixed. We have made improvements to the opponent's defense deck renewal cycle that is displayed in the battle list. The defense deck will now refresh once a day and not once a week. It will refresh daily at server reset time. However, at the time of refresh, if there is a cooldown for refresh time at the top right of the list, the opponent's defense deck in the battle list will not refresh. The opponent registered in the list will not change whether or not there is a victory. Only the defense deck information of the opponent will be adjusted. Okay. So, Adventure. An issue that caused an error in the story animation for Episode 2, Chapter 3 free stages has been fixed. Okay. Some stage icons in Episode 2, Chapter 3, Mining City icon have been adjusted. Right. It should cause Vivian's illustration in the side story and uphill battle to conceal the back button of the exchange has been fixed. Labyrinth. Camping lines for Kick Rat have been added. An issue in which players were directed to the camp during battle when they select camp at the same time that they enter Labyrinth Crossroad has been fixed. That's funny. Improvements have been made to the animation displayed when entering Hall of Trials. An issue that caused Sky Stone not to be distributed when a player completes the Hall of Trials tutorial has been fixed. An issue that caused the remaining time not to be displayed for the boss that is currently available in Hall of Trials has been fixed. Automaton Tower. Adjustments have been made so the reward selection box will be triggered at the result screen of Automaton Tower. And an issue that caused a notification to constantly be displayed when you use the tower box reward has been fixed. So like everyone was getting this bug when they added these. I feel like my Discord channel had like my guild's Discord channel had like 3 different people, I think. Or maybe it was only 2 or 3. They got stuck on this and they were freaking out. Mine bugged out, but not in the same way as everyone else's, and I was able to just skip it normally. But anyways, an issue that caused the first story in episode 2, chapter 3 not to be displayed correctly when replaying has been fixed. Issue that caused expired guild buffs to still be displayed on the combat ready screen has been fixed. An issue that caused an error to occur when a player selects and cancels a set from the equipment pack has been fixed. Adjustments have been made so that the text for damage and heal do not overlap when they appear at the same time during a battle. Some punctuation marks have been added to the text that is displayed when you acquire the hero Furious. Okay. Issue that caused the nighttime notification settings to be active when the operations notifications are turned off has been fixed. An issue that caused certain set text not to display on the equipment screen has been fixed. An issue where the unequip button not to be displayed when equipment to be exchanged is not selected on the exclusive equipment exchange page has been fixed. That was a weird sentence. I feel like I didn't understand it at all. This is a weird sentence. I'm just going to move on. An issue that caused the enhanced skill icon not to be displayed properly for certain exclusive equipment has been fixed. Issue that caused the speech bubble not to be correctly displayed when the secret shop is updated while playing the game has been fixed. Issue that caused the text you are going in the opposite direction to be displayed in the lobby in certain situations has been fixed. Adjustments have been made to the system message that appears when player tap on the check button. The character did not have any hero relationship diagram. Alright. And typos and overlapping text have been fixed. I think that was part 4. So they have a separate thing here for the Full Moon Festival. I haven't looked at this yet, so I don't know if this is like anything new. It doesn't look like it. Looks like this is just exactly what was in the patch notes. Just sectioned off on its own. Free unequip event. So we're getting another free unequip event. I'm still waiting for them to just make this permanent. From 9/5 to 9/8. So for 3 days. From Thursday to Sunday. And that is that for this week. I am excited for all those buffs and nerfs that they've been talking about for ages to finally happen. Though I am worried about Alexa's basket. And I'm really worried about the state of the game after this Moonlight Hero Selector nonsense that they're doing. I think it's an absolutely terrible decision to do something like this. And we'll have to see if it just completely messes up the meta of the game and all that blah blah blah. Usual nonsense they use as an excuse to defend other things that they do. Such as not allowing us to have Molagora resets. Anyways. That'll be it for this week. I will see you later.